So the first time I heard about Andalucía was when I was a kid, about 10 years old. I actually came here and we met with my sister. So my dad and my mom, we came here together. We met with my sister who's been already living here. And my very first experience with Andalucía, and the first time I heard about Andalucía is when I actually got off the plane and I just walked out and saw this beautiful place. And something clicked at that time already. I felt like that I really want to try living here. Something is attracting me towards here. And after 20 years, this feeling stayed with me. And now I'm here, so. One of the first things that I probably looked up is that if it's gonna be easy to get around with English at first, because I didn't speak Spanish at the time. I'm still learning, if I'm very honest. But I just wanted to be sure that from the very first moment I can make myself understand at least a little. And then, of course, I started learning the language, and every conversation I like to start in Spanish. And then, well, it's probably going to turn still into Spanglish, so Spanish and English. But yeah, I try my best. So I decided to stay here when I was still in the UK. So last year in January, we came here with my partner for a week to actually see Málaga for ourselves. And we stayed in the central and we wanted to experience in the core how it feels like to be in Málaga. And we just got fascinated by it. So we had an image in our heads, and it was a lot better than what we imagined actually. So that confirmed for us. And from last year, January till last year, November, we've been working on, okay, how we can make this happen, how we can move here. And we set out a deadline, like 15th of November, we're gonna move here. And we moved here on the 15th of November. Living here in Andalucía, in Málaga, it has its challenging, but so every time when you move to a new place, it has its challenges. First is probably the language barrier, but if you put the effort in there to learn Spanish, for example, and greet the locals in Spanish first and start a conversation in their own language, and maybe that's going to turn into English, but at least you're putting the effort in there. So language is one of the things that's really challenging. But I see that people are really open and friendly here, and I'm a very chatty and social person. So even though the language is between us, it's somehow we still can connect. My everyday life here is still settling in, is still work. So I need to make a living here. And I'm actually turning from being a digital nomad to a local here. So for example, when it comes to my classes, I usually wake up in the morning, do the administration thing, check in with the groups, because I have two groups when it comes to the classes. So I teach in Benalmádena and here in Málaga. So I check in with each group, and if we have a class, for example, with the Málaga group, for example today, then I'm just going to let them know that I'm expecting them at 7 o'clock in Parque de Güell, and afterwards I just get on the train, go home, finish the rest of the administration, and yeah, that's it. Previously I lived in the UK, and I don't know, it wasn't really my place to stay. And when it comes to my work, so yeah, I still do online classes, online flexibility classes, but I'm heading more towards the in-person ones because I really want to create connection and create a flexible community here, a bendy community here. And in the UK, it was a little bit more challenging for me. So I work as a flexibility coach. I used to be a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist before, then I got more interested in the potentials of the physical body. So I decided to work on the physical body itself, both when it comes to other people, my clients. The way that I can adapt my flexibility coaching to my everyday life is getting more and more simple for me. So I can still do the online classes from the comfort of my own home. And so do the clients. They can be either in the park if they have internet, or they can stay at home while we do the classes together. This is mostly for private clients. And for the group classes, I prefer to do them in person because this place has so much to offer. I mean, look at the sea, look at the beautiful parks that we have, the palm trees, I mean, and the sun, of course, not to mention that. And when it comes to my everyday life, I can easily plan ahead because the group classes are fixed in the evening, and I'm not an early bird. So I like to sleep in and wake up late, around 9ish. So it really helps me a lot to organize my life this way. So before I do my actual physical work, not talking about the administrative part, I can either go to one of my favorite cafes here in Malaga and have a coffee, and maybe during that time when I'm enjoying my coffee, I can just, do the administrative things or so. Probably sound like a cliche, but the weather, it really makes a lot of difference. As I mentioned, the weather can really affect my mood, the way I live, the way I work, and vitamin D definitely helps a lot, making my life and work more productive. The reason why I choose to live here in Malaga is because the first time when I was here, I clicked instantly with the city. So when you walk around on those tiny streets, and you can see those beautiful artworks on the walls. And what I realized as well is that each and every building is different, and each and every restaurant is so unique and has they have a soul. That's what they are not like a franchise, or I don't know how to say that, but there's uniqueness and creativity and culture. There's essence in every part of the city. And I've been here in Malaga several times, and I've been living here for 5 months, almost half a year, and I can still find something new that amazes me. Living here definitely gives me more free time in terms of organizing my life and organizing my work as well. So it gives me the freedom to organize. And actually, I don't like the word work-life balance, because I think it should be the other way, like life-work balance. And over here, I can experience the life-work balance as a digital nomad. Another interesting part about Malaga, and that helps me a lot, it's food culture, it's cuisine. And many people would think that since I'm a vegan, the country that's famous of their jamón, it would be really challenging for me to find something to eat, or to go out to a restaurant, or meet with friends in a restaurant and that I can eat. But actually there are many vegan places here, like cafes, restaurants, and in other places there are vegan options as well. So there are plenty of options that I can choose from, and they are tasty. I love them. When it comes to the Andalusian people here, they are the most friendly, really. I realize that they can be even more friendlier if you approach them in Spanish, even though that they're gonna realize after 10 seconds that you are not good with your Spanish. But they are really helpful, and they slow down the way they talk, their rhythm, because Andalusians can be like really fast talkers, but they're really kind because they slow down and they try to pronounce words more clearly so you can also understand. And if they speak English, and many Andalusians speak English, they also try to say it in English for you. So it's really, really helpful, and they are very, very kind, yes. Malaga is definitely the place where digital nomads can come together. And because there are many groups over there. So for example, there's a group called Digital Nomads in Malaga. I'm in that group, and many people, they just want to hang out and we share a similar feeling and story, because we are sort of aliens over here, but we still want to meet with people, share our experiences, share our knowledge, and help each other out in different ways of living here. So probably the most that I love about Andalucía and Malaga is that the various opportunities and colors it has. I mean, Malaga always has something new to offer. I've been here several times and walked around the streets of the city, but I can still find something new that amazes me, and I think there are still some hidden gems in Malaga that I like to discover. So I feel like that I already know a lot of things about Malaga, which creates sort of like a homey feeling that I'm starting to belong here. But it still has some little secrets that I want to discover that it has to offer, and I'm looking forward to discover those. I've been only working in Benalmádena and Malaga, so I haven't got lucky enough to travel around Andalucía. Besides Ronda, I'm really excited to visit Cádiz, Sevilla as well, and I would like to check out the mountains there as well, Sierra Nevada. When it comes to Andalucía, for me it feels like it has it all. So if you love the sea, it's here. If you love the green flat places, it's here. But if you drive like less than an hour, you come across the mountains, and there are various ways of the mountains that you can go around. And if you want to go skiing, it's just like 2 hours drive from here to go up to Sierra Nevada and just ski there. So really within such a small, sort of small area. I mean, Andalucía is probably the size of my home country, Hungary, but yeah, there are just so many different places within one place like Andalucía. I would definitely recommend visiting it for other digital nomads, not just for digital nomads, anybody else. And the reason behind that is because you might realize that when you come here, you have a nice holiday here, or you work here for a month or half a year, something. You might realize that this is not the place for you, but you're still going to have the experience, and nobody is going to take that away from you. But on the other hand, you also give yourself a chance to experience something new and maybe cross off one of the what ifs of the list.